Flagship smartphones have come a long way since the days of the HTC One, but most high-end devices are now so advanced that it's become hard to pick between them. That's not to say every flagship phone is the same, but since they all boast great cameras, performance and battery life, consumers are now more likely to stick by the same brand and less likely to switch loyalties for specs alone. So, in this video, we'll be highlighting the best flagship phones from each of the world's biggest smartphone manufacturers. Of course, we'll still be comparing every device based on its specs and features, but rest assured that you'll be getting a great smartphone whichever model you choose. If you're looking for the best iPhone money can buy in 2025, you've got two choices, the iPhone 16 Pro Max or the iPhone 16 Pro. For the first time, Apple's latest Pro flagships are identical, save for their respective screen sizes. And while we'll be discussing the Pro Max model here, the same information will apply to the smaller 6.3-inch Pro. Starting with the design, the iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts a stunning Super XDR OLED screen, a beautiful titanium chassis, a dedicated camera control button, and all of the usual bells and whistles that we've come to expect from Apple's best iPhones. At 6.9 inches, it's the joint biggest phone on this list, and arguably the most premium in appearance, while Apple's A18 Pro chipset delivers mobile gaming performance that's comparable to some high-end PCs. On the camera's front, the iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts a supremely capable 48-megapixel quad-pixel main lens camera and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide lens, which is the first of its kind on an iPhone. Apple's 5x telephoto zoom lens is also seriously impressive, though you will get further zoom capabilities from other phones on this list. The 16 Pro Max achieved 16 hours of average battery life in our testing, which is the best battery life for any iPhone ever. Again, you'll get slightly faster charging speeds from other Android phones, but you can power up the Pro Max to just under 50% in 30 minutes, which isn't bad going by any means. Lastly, on the software side, Apple's iOS interface remains the smoothest and cleanest of any smartphone software package on the market. That said, if you're particularly keen to try AI, there's no denying that AI packages from the likes of Google and Samsung are much more fully formed, at least at the time of recording. All told then, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is the most advanced iPhone Apple has ever made and indisputably the best flagship smartphone for Apple fans. Next up is Samsung, and the pick of the bunch is the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. For the first time in a while, Samsung's latest Galaxy flagship feels like part of the wider Galaxy family. Not only does it share prominent design cues with its siblings, the Galaxy S25 and S25 Plus, but it also boasts the same market-leading chipset and the same suite of Galaxy AI features. So, why should you go Ultra this year? Well, quite simply because the Galaxy S25 Ultra remains the biggest and baddest Android phone on the block. If you're looking for a feature-packed device that can double as a laptop, a drawing tablet, or even a DSLR-level camera, this is the model for you. For starters, the screen on the S25 Ultra measures 6.9 inches, up from 6.8 inches on the S24 Ultra and indeed the S25 Plus. The display itself is a Quad HD Plus panel that auto-switches from 1 to 120Hz on an as-needed basis, and the S25 Ultra also benefits from a pro-scaler technology that upscales lower-resolution content using AI. Incidentally, you'll find the same feature on the Plus model, but not on the standard S25. As mentioned, the Ultra's design has been tweaked to feel more aligned with the rest of the S25 lineup, but the phone still feels distinctly premium thanks to its titanium construction, boxier appearance, and of course the included S Pen. Under the hood, a bespoke version of Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset provides enough power to juggle a gazillion apps and run console-quality games, not to mention Samsung's new and improved suite of Galaxy AI features, which range from the usual photo editing tools to Now Brief and Audio Eraser. As for its cameras, the S24 Ultra's 200-megapixel wide sensor returns for the S25 Ultra, but the former's 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens has been replaced by a more powerful 50-megapixel lens. In layman's terms, that means better low-light performance for ultra-wide shots and more detailed macro shots, while the phone's unchanged 50-megapixel and 10-megapixel telephoto cameras remain impressive too. The Galaxy S25 Ultra is indisputably the best Samsung phone and potentially the best Android phone you can buy today. The iPhone 16 Pro Max arguably gives you a more tactile point-and-shoot experience thanks to its camera control button, but there's no denying that the S25 Ultra is the zoom and AI king right now. Pixel phones have often felt like the ugly ducklings in the Apple and Samsung pond, but that will change with the Google Pixel 9 Pro. Not only does Google's latest flagship boast the best hardware of any Pixel device before it, but it also utilizes AI in a way that doesn't feel gimmicky, which can't be said for every flagship device on the market right now. Google's multimodal Gemini AI can answer all manner of questions with genuinely useful answers, while Gemini Live will let you while away the hours talking about whatever you want with the phone's built-in voice assistant. And on the camera's front, the Pixel 9 Pro's AI photography features can be downright magical when used correctly. Of course, this all means that you'll have to be willing to embrace AI if you buy the Pixel 9 Pro, so if you couldn't care less, you're better off reaching for another flagship on this list. That said, the Pixel 9 Pro is no hardware slouch. Google's Tensor G4 chipset can't keep pace with the latest chipsets from Apple and Samsung, but almost everywhere else, this is a true flagship phone. It's the best looking Pixel phone yet, and arguably it feels better in the hand than both the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The cameras too are supremely versatile, even when not used in combination with those aforementioned AI editing features. The Pixel 9 Pro's 6.3-inch Super Accurate display is among the best mobile displays around, and if you'd rather have a bigger 6.8-inch display, there's always the slightly more expensive but otherwise identical Pixel 9 Pro XL to consider. So, the Pixel 9 Pro is a software powerhouse first and foremost, and while it's not the most powerful gaming or camera phone around, it's a worthy option alongside the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the Galaxy S25 Ultra. OnePlus is the last brand category we'll be including on this list, since it's one of the few Chinese phone brands with operations in the US. We'll be mentioning some more phones later in the video, but the OnePlus 13 really is your best option in 2025 if you don't want a model from Apple, Samsung or Google. To put it another way, this is a phone for those who want to stand out from the crowd. In our OnePlus 13 review, we describe OnePlus's latest flagship as more than just a pretty face, and it earns that designation and then some. Yes, its design is visually striking as well as impressively durable, but the OnePlus 13 earns its place at the high table for its winning combination of hardware and software. This smart-looking handset boasts a super-fast Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, a vibrant 6.8-inch OLED display, and a class-leading 6,000 mAh battery. The latter gives the OnePlus 13 some of the best battery life we've ever tested in a smartphone, with only the Galaxy S25 Ultra and Magic Pro 7 giving it a run for its money in the endurance department. On the camera's front, the OnePlus 13 packs a set of Hasselblad-tuned sensors that deliver excellent selfie, portrait, and action shots, making this one of the best camera phones for action photography. However, you're better off going with the Galaxy S25 Ultra or iPhone 16 Pro Max if you're after real photographic versatility. It's a similar story for AI. The OnePlus 13 does feature a host of useful AI features for photo editing and problem solving, but you won't find Google or Samsung's cutting-edge agentic software here. All that said, OnePlus doesn't ask that you pay more for an Ultra or Pro version of the OnePlus 13, and its latest flagship is significantly cheaper than the other models on this list. So, as far as value for money goes, the OnePlus 13 is a winner. Of course, the flagship phone market is not limited to the US, so in this section, we'll be rattling through some alternative options that are available in other markets. The Xiaomi 15 Ultra is among the best camera phones we've ever tested, and as Xiaomi phones go, it's the best model overall. This all-singing, all-dancing flagship bears all the hallmarks of a top-end Android phone in 2025. But its real selling point, just like its predecessor, is its absolutely huge rear camera module, which makes the Xiaomi 15 Ultra an attractive option for on-the-go photographers. Like the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, the Honor Magic 7 Pro is another camera-focused Android smartphone, but Honor's iOS-inspired software is a tad more accessible than that of its Chinese rival. What's more, the Magic 7 Pro gets some truly unique AI features like deepfake detection and AI super zoom, which help this flagship stand out in a smartphone market saturated with gimmicky features. Next up is the Oppo Find X8 Pro, which is similar to the OnePlus 13, but not the same device. With this model, you'll get a second telephoto camera, a camera control style quick button, and a MediaTek Dimensity 9400 chipset instead of the Snapdragon 8 Elite. The Find X8 Pro definitely takes a lot of inspiration from the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but given how highly we rate that device, that's not really such a bad thing. And there you have it, our roundup of the best flagship phones you can buy in 2025. If you like the look of any models we've mentioned in this video, check out the links in the description below for the best prices on each of them. Did we miss anything? Let us know in the comments below.